Good morning dear students, welcome back to Science Online class. So dear students, what we are learning? So we are learning about the components of cells. Dear students, in last class we have completed the endoplasmic reticulum. Next we have completed the Golgi apparatus. So dear students, again we are going to learn some few more organelles which are present in our unit cells. Okay, so we are going to learn here now. Dear students, now we are going to learn about the lysosomes. Okay, so what is the lysosomes? It is also known as the suicide bags. What do you mean by here suicide bags? Okay, so we are going to learn this concept, why this lysosome organelle is called as a suicide bags. Okay, after learning the function of lysosome, you will get to know that which type of suicide bag it is. Okay, so here you can see this is the image like a sac image. Okay, sac means it's like a pocket image. So whatever waste material or you can say wastage of the cells, it can be digested by this lysosome. So this is the concept we are going to learn now. So here what are the main function of lysosomes? That is, lysosomes contains enzymes that break down one out the organelle. So whatever extra enzymes are there, you can say waste enzyme, it can be break down by the lysosomes, and lysosomes are in a charge of waste removal in animal cells and maintaining health and fighting disease in their host organisms. So dear students, whatever waste removal are there in the cell organelles, it can be digested by the lysosomes. Lysosomes are one of the kind of waste disposal system of the cells, where it helps to keep the cell clean by digesting any foreign materials. Okay, so this is nothing but the worn out organelles. Okay, so this is nothing but the foreign materials. Which type of foreign material it is? It should be clean from this foreign material, that is the worn out organelles. Okay, the next is also in charge of repairing cells membrane and responding to foreign bacteria. So another type of the function of lysosomes, that is they are in charge. Charge means they have a duty to repair the cell membranes and responding to foreign bacteria, means whatever harmful bacteria are there which they want to enter into cell bodies, so these lysosomes are going to fight them and they are keeping the safe to the cell organelles. Okay, so here this is the lysosome, which is also known as the suicide bags. Okay, so why we are going to called as a suicide bags? Let's discuss this thing. Dear students, when the cell gets when the cell gets damaged, suppose this is one of the cell and it is gets damaged, so lysosomes may burst in and then enzymes digest their own cells. Okay, so suppose this is one of the cell and it is already died. Okay, so now it is a waste material. So what happens, these lysosomes may burst and enzymes digest to their own cell itself. So that's why it is called as suicide bags of the cells. Okay dear students, so this is the lysosomes suicide bag story. Okay, why? Because they can digest their own waste or died cells. So that's why it is called as a suicide bags. So now dear students, let's discuss about the mitochondria. Okay, so dear students, this is also known as the powerhouse of the cells. Powerhouse of means what? Which type of power it is? Okay, let's discuss this powerhouse of the cells. That is, it breaks down to the glucose to produce ATP. The energy required for various chemicals activities needed for life is released by the mitochondria in the form of ATP itself. Okay, so ATP is nothing but the adenosine triphosphate, which provides the energy to the cell body. Okay, so that's why it is called as a powerhouse of the cells. So let's discuss the shape of the mitochondria. It is a rod shaped cell organelles of aerobic which take part in the Krebs cycle. Okay, so now as per your syllabus you don't have a Krebs cycles. When you are going to learn some more few information about the cell, you will get this Krebs cycle. So just keep in your mind how what are the shape of the mitochondria. It is a rod shaped organelles. Okay, so you can see how the shapes are rod shaped. Okay, and this also called as a powerhouse of the cell because they contain enzymes necessary for the total oxidation of food and for releasing of high amount of energy in the form of ATP. ATP is nothing but the adenosine triphosphate. It is also bounded by two membranes. So it is the outer membrane and it is the inner membrane. Okay, so here this two membrane, outer membrane is very smooth and porous while inner membrane is folded. You can see here how the inner membrane are folded and outer membrane are smooth. Okay, now you can't touch it because it is an image, but while touching to this cell you can feel that this outer membrane is very smooth, as well as this cristae is here. Okay, so the foldings, it contains oxysomes, they are partially embedded in inner membrane. So cristae is nothing but it is one of the part of the mitochondria which contains oxysomes, which helps to provide the respiration system for producing the or balancing the oxygen. Mitochondria encloses a matrix having DNA, ribosomes and enzymes. So here these are the some parts which are present in the mitochondria. So what are those? It encloses the matrix having the DNA, ribosomes and the enzymes. DNA and ribosomes make the mitochondria semi-autonomous as they are able to manufacture some of their own proteins and enzymes. So dear students, autonomous means what happened? They can prepare by own self. So have you heard about the autonomous colleges? Autonomous schools means they are preparing their own syllabus. So in this way, this is the semi-autonomous means they are preparing their own proteins and the enzymes. So that's why mitochondria is also called as the semi-autonomous. Okay dear students, so this is the some information about the mitochondria. Okay, let's discuss the next concept about the plasticides. Okay, so plastics is nothing but the chromoplasts provides color of fruits and flowers, attract the animals, and then it can be attracted to the animals by the pollination. Okay, so dear students, the chloroplast part, what is the chloroplast? It provides the color to fruits and flowers and attract the animals to help in the pollination. Dear students, pollination is necessary for reproduction of the seeds, or you can say reproduction of the trees. So pollination is another concept we are going to learn in a next topic. So pollination is nothing but the producing of, or it is a production of the flowers. Okay, flowers, or you can say as a production in the plants. So where it is can be observed, it is observed in the flowers. So this chloroplast provides color to the fruits and flowers and attract the animals to help in the pollination and fruit disposal. This leucoplasts take part in the storage of protein, starch and the oil. Chloroplasts trap solar energy to manufacture food strength photosynthesis. So dear students, the plasticides are present only in the plants where there are two types of plasticide, that is the chloroplast and the leucoplast. So these are the two types of the plastids, that is the leucoplast and the chloroplast. So these are the two types of the plastids, and this oxygen is being consumed in the combustion and the respiration. So dear students, in this plasticides, that is the, it is Oxygen is consuming by the combustion and the respiration, where the carbon dioxide is being produced in and the two process, where the chloroplast maintain the balance of two gases by absorbing carbon dioxide gas and the oxygen in the photosynthesis. So, dear students, keep in your mind that is the plastids, where it is present only in the plant cell. So, where it presents in the chloroplasts and the leucoplasts. Okay, that is the chloroplasts and the leucoplasts, both are the types of the plastids. So, where it is present in the animal cells. So, the last part as per your syllabus we are going to learn here, that is the vacuolose. Okay. So, what do you mean by vacuolose? Here it is a storehouse of the cell. So, here the membrane bounded non-cytoplasmic sacs that contain non-living solid or liquid contents. They are of three types: sap vacuolose, food vacuolose and the contractile vacuolose. Okay, so what are the three types of the vacuolose? The storehouse of the cell. Storehouse means they are storing the energy. Okay, and this is also covering membrane of sap vacuolose is called as a tonoplast. So, the vacuoles are storage sacs for solid and liquid contents, where the vacuoles are small sized in the animal cells, while plant cells have very large vacuoles, because the central vacuoles of some plant cells may occupy 50 to 90% of the cell volume. Dear students, these are some basic information of vacuoles that at present compared to the animal cell and plant cell. In the animal cells this have very small size, where in the plant cells it's have a large in size. So, here these are the some examples. So, the fluid filled contents of the vacuoles is also called as the sap or tonoplasm, and this recently digestive enzymes are reported in the vacuoles of plant cells. So, in the plant cells what happened, the vacuoles are full of cell sap and provide turgidity and rigidity to the cells. So, many substances of importance in the life of the plant cells are stored in the vacuoles. So, dear students, this vacuoles is nothing but they are storing the amino acids, sugars and various organic acids. So, or sometimes some of the proteins also. So, these are some basic information about the mitochondria, plastids, lysosomes and the vacuoles. So, here we have completed your chapter. For referring this concept, you can also observe or you can say you can take the help of textbooks also. So, dear students, these are some basic information already you have learned in the 8th standard. So, again we have extended the same concept. So, dear students, in next class we are going to learn some another concept related to the science concept. Okay. So, dear students, let us meet in the next class. Have a good day. Bye bye.